welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Laura. Today is going to be my part 3 to my anxiety journey. So it is currently 8:15 in the morning. I'm about to log on and do some work from home, and then I have my appointment today at 11:15 with my cardiologist. I had to wear a event monitor twice. Talked to my cardiologist over virtual visit on Wednesday, and he sent me to a different same cardiologist. Never mind. Rewind. Anyways, sent me to another cardiologist that specializes in the electrical, stuff with your heart, whatever. And I'm really anxious and got to go to that appointment. So I'm gonna take y'all with me to my appointment if I can. I don't know what is gonna happen. My heart rate, what came back from my event monitor is my heart rate is abnormally high during periods of the day and night. So I was told to stay away from coffee, caffeine, smoking, all that stuff. Work in progress. Rome was not built in a day. Neither is my caffeine addiction. Trying to get rid of that. So I'm going to get off here for right now, and I'm going to work some, and then I'm going to head to my appointment. Hey guys. So I'm back. It is currently 11:07, and I'm just now leaving my house for my appointment. My appointment's in 8 minutes. So I'm about to hurry up and go and get there. I lost track of time working. So shit. Okay. So I just got here. I'm late. It would not be me if I wasn't late. I don't know what they do at our doctor's office. We do telehealth appointments, but if someone has to come into the office, we make them go sit in their car until their appointment. But I do have my mask, which is hanging on my hand. I have my hand sanitizer. I'm kind of nervous. There's a lot of cars here. I'm hoping they're not that busy inside, but we shall see. Like I said, I'm taking y'all along with me for this appointment because I want y'all to know that this is how important this is. So hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
What's the last name?
Hough.
A few sheets for you.
Okay.
Or did they mail you paperwork by chance?
No, but I've been here before. I just haven't seen this doctor specifically.
You been to Georgia or Rhythmia before?
Okay. So I'm going to sit in my car, going to fill out paperwork. There were patients sitting in the waiting room. I have to turn you guys off because can't have everybody knowing my cell phone number. But I have paperwork that I have to fill out for this appointment. And I'm probably going to be here a while. It's frustrating. But it's one of those appointments where I know it's going to take forever. So walking back to my car now. I use my hand sanitizer. I don't know who touches clipboard, so I'm going to sanitize it. I've got lights on, so I'm in the car. Okay. Whew. Alright. So, like I said earlier, I'm looking rough. This appointment is for my cardiologist, or a different cardiologist. He specializes, I guess arrhythmias, specializes in like the electrical parts of your heart. We're trying to see why my heart rate is elevated all the time, and it could be from anxiety, and I'm hoping it is from anxiety. And I say that because you never want to, you don't want anything to be wrong with your heart, especially. So I'm gonna fill out this paperwork, and might hop back on here when I'm done and talk some more, depending on how long it takes. But whenever I get called in for my appointment, I'm gonna take you guys with me. Like I said, they were letting people sit in the waiting room, but I just did not feel comfortable because there was at least, it said on their sign, only 10 patients in the waiting room, but there were at least, I want to say, 12. And someone walked in behind me. So I just didn't feel comfortable. Did not. So I'm going to fill out my paperwork, and I will be back with you guys before or during or after. Well, no, you're going to be with me in my appointment, and then we are going to discuss why it is very important to have a cardiologist no matter how old you are. So it is currently 1:02. I'm still sitting in my car waiting for them to call me. My appointment was at 11:15. So needless to say, I'm not excited right now. I do have to go back to work. This is causing me to miss more time than I had planned on missing. So I'll keep you updated. Hopefully they call me soon, because I would hate to have to reschedule. Alright, so over 2 hours later, finally called me. Like I said, I got my mask, I got my hand sanitizer, got everything I need. Taking you along for my journey. Sorry if you only see half of my face. I'm trying not to walk into a wall, because I have a tendency to do that. Oh, I left that paperwork in my car. Let me go back and get it real quick. That would be me. Paperwork and someone called me, and grab.
Cleaning that room, and then he's gonna come get you, okay?
Where's the bathroom at?
In that little cubby.
Okay. Okay, y'all, I gotta go back and be back. Tough.
I didn't doubt you. I just want to hear what it was about. I never doubted you.
Where we going? Right here?
Yes. What's the worst you've heard someone call your name?
Ho.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's tough. I promise.
But then I figured you were gonna hit me with your purse.
No, it's all good.
I was just like, I don't feel like getting hit today.
I've heard it all. Trust me, I've heard it all.
What's your height and weight today?
My what?
Height and weight.
Last time I checked, I was 5'5" and 163.
Since we saw you, have you had any falls, surgeries, or hospitalization?
No.
Any medication changes since we saw you?
I take Adderall, 10 milligrams, instant release, 3 times a day. Sorry, I got taste off.
I'll tell you to take it off.
Let's see. Take Klonopin, 1 milligram, as needed, 3 times a day, and Zoloft, 50 milligrams, once a day.
You said the Adderall is how much?
10 milligrams, instant release, TID.
TI?
3 times.
Why is it extended release and intake?
I mean instant release. Did I say extended?
Instant. Yeah. Okay.
Did I say extended? I'm not sure, but it's instant release.
I'm about to be like, man, girl, what the heck?
Sorry, I think it was the 2.5 hours I was sitting in my car that kind of got to my brain.
Sorry, it's been one of those days today.
That's fine. I understand that. I work at a doctor's office, so I completely understand that.
And what was the third one? You said Zoloft, Adderall.
And Klonopin, 1 milligram as needed, 3 times a day.
I'm sorry. Klonopin, 3 milligrams.
1 milligram, 3 times a day.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Ripping since I walked in at 8 this morning. So I've been ripping and running since I walked in at 8 a.m. this morning. I didn't even get to finish my muffin this morning.
What?
I know, right? I'm starving.
I do the stand up.
No, just sit, lean back, just trying to get your shit out.
Okay.
One 10/72.
It's pretty good.
It's good colors.
Hmm?
Colors.
Oh, we're moving my thing. Okay. Super news. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So sorry if you saw that blackout. They just did an EKG. So like I said, they did an EKG, checked my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was good. The pulse is 92. I think 92. Don't know what my EKG looked like. He didn't show it to me, which I can read him, so it would have been nice if he did, but I also didn't ask. So I'm just waiting for the doctor to come in here and talk to me. I'm very tired. It is now 2:04 and I've been here since 11:20. I'm really tired. I'm hungry. And I probably should have ate something earlier, but I didn't. So there's that. I'm kind of shaky a little bit because, coming to these doctor's appointments are just kind of scary, I guess. But we shall see what this doctor says whenever he decides to come in here. So I wanted to elaborate. I guess I could go ahead and do it now, because I don't know how long it's going to be until he comes in here, but it is so important. No matter how old you are, like if you have anxiety or not, it is so important to have a cardiologist. You never know what's going on with you, so it is very important for you to go ahead and have one. I, like many of you, have told me, in emails, messages, you've gone to the ER several times for chest pain, and you've been told that it could just be, epigastric, and, you're not sure where it's coming from. Get peace of mind that it's not your heart. It's really good to have a cardiologist young. That way, if there is any problems, you can go ahead and tackle them head on and not wait until later on in life when maybe it's something you cannot change. I started seeing a cardiologist 2 years ago, and you know, I found out I have thickened heart valves. I mean, they didn't seem concerned. Just have to get an echo done every 2 years instead of the normal. But I'm thankful I came. It gives me peace of mind. I know I can decipher pain. Sometimes, even now, like when I get chest pains, I still get scared. But I'm not quick to rush, like, oh my gosh, let me rush and, go to the ER. That's how bad my anxiety, get to me. But it's like, if you stay on top of things and like go to a cardiologist, make sure everything is okay with your heart. That way you can decipher where these chest pains are coming from and if they really are heart related. If you push on your chest, it could, and it's tender where you touch, it could just be muscle. It could just be costochondritis, which is inflammation in your chest wall muscle. That's it. Like, ow, that hurts right there. It's muscle pains. If you've ever had bronchitis or chronic bronchitis, and you have chronic coughing, or if you've ever had it, once you have it, it never goes away. It'll come back all the time. Let me tell you, sometimes it really does hurt, but I can decipher, oh my gosh, let me press right here. Oh, that hurts. It's just muscle pain. If you've ever coughed so hard that your chest hurts, that's inflammation in your muscle tissue and it's getting pinched between your ribs. So that's why I stress the importance of seeing a cardiologist, no matter how old, no matter how young you are. It's very important because you could have underlying conditions. And when you have anxiety and you end up in the ER, like I had a testimony that was given to me a few days ago, and they told me they went to the ER at least 2 times a week. They were so scared because of their chest pains. And they're like, I don't want to live this life anymore. I don't know what to do. I'm tired of being in and out of the ER. And, like I told them, see a cardiologist. I gave them my references. They actually have an appointment at the end of this week, and I'm glad because it's like you can get that peace of mind. So when you do have these pains, you are able to decipher whether or not it is your heart. Because one thing, anxiety will make your chest pain worse when it is anxiety. When you feel a pain in, especially in your chest area, fight or flight mode, just like that. And anybody with anxiety, you know what I'm talking about. That actually in turn makes your chest pain worse than what it was before, which makes your anxiety worse, makes the pain worse again, and it's like a never-ending cycle until you're in complete panic mode and you end up in the ER. So that's why it is so very important for anyone, not just people with anxiety, but for anxiety, everybody to see a cardiologist, because you never want to be in the dark, especially when it comes to your heart. You want to know what's going on, if there is anything going on, because a lot of people, that's one of the main symptoms is chest pain from anxiety. And if it can be any consolation to anybody, you don't have to be a certain age to go see a cardiologist. They will not turn you away. They will do all the necessary tests. I had an echocardiogram done, which is an ultrasound of your heart, which is how I found out I had those thickened heart valves, just slightly thickened, nothing to worry about. They could have always been like that, who knows. I had a stress test done. Stress test was perfectly normal. I wore a Holter monitor for 24 hours. And then I did the event monitor, which you wear for 30 days. I did that twice. And that's why they were concerned about my heart rate. But like, I said earlier, it could just be anxiety. That's, because when you're anxious, your heart rate does go up. So it could very well just be anxiety. So that is, just get a complete workup. You will feel so much better. You will end up, if there is something wrong, which I pray that there isn't, but if there is something wrong, you're able to tackle it head on, at a younger age, and not wait until it's something that you can't control or you can't fix. so this is why I stress, I keep stressing, you go see a cardiologist. If you haven't had blood work done, go, recently, go see your primary doctor. Tell them, you want to tell them about your symptoms. Tell them you want to be referred to a cardiologist. And I promise you, 9 times out of 10, if you have an amazing doctor like I do, then they will send you and refer you to a cardiologist. And I just pray for you guys. I pray for your peace. I pray that your anxiety lessens. And, I pray, because I've had so many people reach out to me, and I want people to continue to reach out to me. So not just only you, but if you know anybody that is suffering with anxiety or going through times where they don't know what's going on with them, send them, and you don't know how to help them, send them to me. I'm here. I'll be here, but I'm gonna go ahead and wait for Dr. Sagati to come in here, and then we will see what he says.
Hello, hey.
Hey, how are you?
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Tell me what's been going on.
Well, I guess heart palpitations and high heart rate
How long has that been going on?
for the past several years, and
How old were you when you first experienced it?
21.
Mm-hmm. So when it started, it just started like that?
Mm-hmm. I had my first ever panic attack when I was 21. And I wore an event monitor. Dr. Chuck had me wear one, and he said my heart rate is what concerned him.
Mm-hmm. When it's happening, do you feel dizzy, tightness?
Yes, I do. Get really lightheaded. And then sometimes it just happens out of nowhere. I could just be laying down, and then all of a sudden it's just goes crazy.
When it stops, what do you do to stop it? Do you cough or?
No, I just kind of breathe, and I just, close my eyes, and I just hope that it goes down.
Mm-hmm. How often do you feel it?
At least once or twice a day.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How long did it last?
It depends. I guess it really depends. The longest this lasts is a good 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Mm-hmm. But then sometimes I don't even notice my heart rate, is that high, I guess, because I'm used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I do take Adderall, but I take that, in the mornings, and I don't feel it. I feel it in the evening is when I feel it.
Okay. Do you have children?
Yes.
When you were pregnant, did you have any worsening of the arrhythmia? Did you get worse?
No,
Did it got better?
Actually, it didn't happen until after I had my kids.
Oh, wow.
And I got diagnosed with Hashimoto's thyroiditis. I think it was 3 months after I had my second child, when I was 21, is when it started. Never had anything like it before.
Yeah, I'm used to it. Take a deep breath. Did you take Centroid for a while for the Hashimoto's, or?
No, because
It just kind of.
no, honestly, because when they found out I had the Hashimoto's, my thyroid labs have always been within normal range.
Okay.
And just recently, so I mean, I found that out 7 years ago, and just recently I had lab work done with Dr. Buckhammer, and my T3 was low, and that's the first time my labs have been out of range besides my antibodies.
Your TSH was okay?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes did they say just going to follow that for a while? It's not doing anything different about it, right?
My iodine's really low, so I do need to take an iodine supplement. I just don't know which one to take.
Do you eat salt? You don't like salt?
I don't like. No, I had my gallbladder removed when I was 16, and they made me drink that big gallon of salt stuff. Nope. Ever
You
since
develop
then.
some aversion to salt because salt contains iodine. So people that get low iodine, usually it's because you have neck problems.
Bad neck pain and migraines
Oh yeah.
every day.
Yeah. I look at your event monitor. You have a supraventricular tachycardia where your heart just takes up and shoots to like the 140s and it stays there. I think we have to define exactly what it is. That would be the best option to find out, what's causing it, see if we can correct it,
What we gotta do?
We'll do what you call an electrophysiologic study and possible ablation. So the ablation is a technique that we use to fix where the rapid rhythm is coming from. Or we can put you on medications,
Huh. Okay.
So the medication that we use will be beta blockers, but for most young people, we recommend for them to know exactly what it is and try to correct it.
So how do we do this study to try to correct?
Go through the vein. It's like doing a heart catheterization.
Sorry, you just made me shiver.
Okay. the concept of doing that or what?
Yeah.
We of course you sedated, and then we go through the vein. I stimulate your heart to go into the arrhythmia. Then I use a three-dimensional mapping system to pinpoint it to 1 millimeter accuracy. I use a 2.5 millimeter probe to zap. We just point the area and we zap it. It takes about an hour to do, And when we're done, I try to stimulate your heart back into it and make sure that we cannot do it anymore. And once we do that, the chance that...
Okay. So is there any
risk?
Yes.
Yeah, the risk of the procedure is mostly the risk of bleeding in the groin because we're going in a blood vessel or anywhere you put the probe to. And then there's a risk of 1 in 1,000 that the heart rate may become too slow when somebody made the pacemaker. But that risk is very low.
Okay.
But I do most of the stuff in Macon.
Okay.
I do most of my work at the medical center. So that's where we do this.
Okay.
Alright?
Alright.
You have any question for me? Are you planning future pregnancies?
I have a hysterectomy.
Oh yeah. You have one child, two?
Two.
Two, okay, good. Yeah, I mean, those are just some of the considerations because we don't want to, then there's nothing to a pregnancy test and all that.
Yeah, no, I don't have a uterus, so that's impossible.
Are you emotional about it? You look like you're crying.
Just a little bit. It's kind of scary.
No, I'll take care of you. Okay? You come to the right place. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. Don't cry. Alright?
So they call me and set it up?
I'll set it up.
Okay.
Alright?
Alright.
Don't cry, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Alright. Lauren? Alright.
Thank you.
No, we can't, well, just stay here. She will come and talk to you to set it up. You can come down
Okay.
here and sit. You can sit on that bench. He'll set it up.
Have you had to go to the hospital or have any surgeries or anything like that recently since your last visit?
Y'all, I'm so sorry about crying. You don't go in. Just wasn't what I was expecting, but, I'll have my ablation on the 5th. Oh, I can't.